Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, here in Colorado right now, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And, just going to go through some of these TikTok videos that I've been collecting, saving, and just, and then just go into the scriptures through the Spirit. And we just go from there and then let the Spirit guide. So this is Isaiah 11 and 3 and 11. It says, "Woe unto the wicked! It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. For as my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path." So we live in a nation, in a place where, where everything is upside down. Women have been placed over men, creating a serious imbalance, which was aimed at the Israelites, but now it's affecting all people. And these people oppress us in every way that we turn, which is actually a part of the curses which will happen to the Israelites. And yes, Vocab Malone, you can identify the Israelites by the curses in the Bible. In Revelation 19 and 10, it says the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of Yahushai, of the Lord, roughly paraphrased. But I'm going to let some of this video play. Or actually, I'm going to let this whole video play. And, and then we'll get into some scriptures. And here we go.
Of Chicago, this is directed at you.
He said, "Black people of Chicago." Let me take it back.
Made a while back. He said the majority in America, Black Americans of Chicago, this is directed at you. In a speech Biden made a while back, he said that the majority in America soon will be Latino. He didn't say black. He didn't say Asian or white or anything. He said Latino. That's why millions and millions of lighter-skinned Latino illegal aliens are being allowed in. And many of them are being sent to black communities so they can slowly start to replace y'all.
And let's make this clear too. Many of the migrants that came in are not even Latino, all right? Although many of them have or are not Northern Kingdom Israelites. But a lot of those Israelites that come in are just as dark, if not darker, than many Negroes. Remember that. So this whole black thing, there's no such thing as black people. All right. There are black people, so-called black people, that are the same complexion as this Iskarite brother that's speaking. All right. So our people are still ignorant of the truth and of who they are. All right. Because he called himself a Latino, and there's nothing Latin about him. All right. Latin is a language of the devil. All right. It is a language. It's definitely not the language of heaven. And the people that spoke Latin were extremely wicked. And as a matter of fact, they are identified as the wicked according to the Bible.
You need to wake up, man. I'm from Texas. I'm from a border town. I have relatives who are border patrol and who are in law enforcement. They were being given $5,000 upon entry into this country. And as soon as they got to their destination and settled in, they were being given $1,200 a month to $1,400 a month, plus free food stamps, free housing, free medical, free dental, and they even get free college. You can research it. They get free college, illegal aliens. But you get.
Now I want you to think about this. They just turned down the reparations thing in the court. All right, but they sent billions to Ukraine. All right, and now, even though these are Israelites, they're still, basically, they're shitting on Judah. So they're doing this to aggravate, to create more separation and more division. Because guess what? It's not just the so-called Negroes who are being victimized in this way, but just Americans in general, because you have Americans that have been on waiting lists to get, things, certain aid and housing and things of that nature. You got a lot of homeless in Colorado, man. There's a lot of homeless white. I've never seen this many drugged out homeless white people, like it is here in Colorado Springs, and this city has grown. It's really big now. It was really small, 20 years ago. This place has grown tremendously. All right. And it's a lot of people here. And the majority of the people that are actually homeless and on drugs are white people. All right. Just like collectively, they also were the majority of people that were on welfare, including especially if you include the nation of the state of Israel and all the welfare that's now going to the Ukrainians, and these so-called white people aren't even American or have nothing to do with America. Neither does the Israelis, but they get something like $10 billion, every 6 months or so. All right, so the biggest welfare recipients in America was and still is so-called white people. But now what they're doing to these Venezuelans, doing for them is all being done purposely. And what they're doing for these other nations is to destroy and make the economy die, so that everyone can depend on the UBI and the digital thing that they got going. But this right here, this is going to drive that that hatred toward one another and help get this civil war kicked off. And that civil war is going to quickly turn, that political civil war is going to turn very racial. And the fact of the matter is that when these good old boys start riding, they ain't going to be they riding down on Venezuelans and Mexicans alike. See, he's like, I'm Latino, I'm okay. No, they coming for you, man. All right, and they're not going to be able to distinguish or care the difference between American-born Mexican and a Venezuelan when that time comes. All right, you're going to be a target too, just for your light brown or your palish brown skin. Just for your accent, the way you speak is evident. Even when you speak your English, that the Spanish influence on your speech, and it doesn't bother me at all. But there's a lot of white people that so-called that bothers a lot. This is Amos 9:8, and it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh." So the Lord is only coming for his elect, and and the rest of you Israelites that still want to refer to yourself as Mexican, Puerto Rican, Black, Cuban, Dominican, Haitian. Well, you're gonna die in your ignorance. You're gonna die with those titles labeled upon you.
You get nothing. You need to wake up, man. Stop voting for the Democrats. In some cases, it's already too late. I'm good. I'm Latino, man. I don't have to worry about being replaced. I'm Latino. But you have to wake up. In some cases, it's already too late. Millions of these people will never leave. Okay? They will never leave. And the Democrats don't need your vote anymore.
You see a lot of what he's saying is true, and a lot of what he's saying he just don't understand. And because clearly, brother, you are not good. You have no beard on your face. You've got your eyes are covered. You speaking with your head covered. Your face is bald. You are not good at all, my friend. And I bet he got all kind of tattoos of Mary and Cesare Borgia on his body too, and probably wearing a crucifix. And if you got crucifix tattoos on him, and he constantly crossing himself up and not calling on the name of Yahweh Shai, you are not okay, my friend. And these things are being done once again to cause this division. This is what they want. All right, this is exactly what they want.
They don't need your vote anymore, man. They used you for your vote, and they already got millions of new voters, man.
Yep.
And they don't need you anymore.
That part is true.
And I'm telling you, man.
But the flip side of it is that if you still believe in America that your vote counts or makes a difference, I can't say anything about you being anything less than stupid. All right? Because there's no way that you can learn about and get an understanding about the Electoral College and then turn around and say you're going to vote. Your vote does not matter. It never has. Presidents and elected officials, in most cases, especially at the highest level, are selected. They're not elected. They already know who they're gonna put in there. The whole country can vote for Trump, all right, and they'll still turn around and put someone else in if the Electoral College decides to do so. All right, we all remember when Bush lost the popular vote twice and still won the election. That had never been done before. All right. He lost on 2 accounts and still went into the White House. That's gangster. All right. And then, the scriptures talk about, Ephraim not vexing Judah, and the Lord's only coming for his elect. And he's going to close up those breaches. All right. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find something real quick.
Better stop voting Democrat.
Let me let that play a little bit.
Better wake up. Latinos for Trump 2024. Black Americans of Chicago.
So he's standing up for Trump, saying Latinos for Trump and Black Americans better wake up and get with them. And then thinking he's good. Man, this guy has no clue of what's going on, man. This guy doesn't understand and realize who his enemy is. He clearly doesn't. All right. But let me try to find the scripture. Pardon me for a moment. Nope, I do want that scripture. I just don't want it yet. I think I'm looking for. Yeah, because the Lord is only coming for the seed of power, man. All right, this is Hosea 1:10, and it reads, yet the number of the children of Israel, all right, shall be as the sand of the sea, all right, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. So all this, trying to throw black in front of Hebrew Israelites is just Hebrew Israelites. All right. And trying to control the narrative, especially once that evidence, and which vocab still has been quiet about, when the evidence came out that the Israelites that were traded on the slave by the Roman army in Deuteronomy. He tried to say that they were not traded in ships, which was a lie. He tried to make that the same time period as when Jerusalem fell, and that wasn't, because the evidence came out that they were traded on 2 trade routes that were in the so-called Western Asia. All right, and coming out of that went down toward Western Asia. No, they were in Salakia. Let me correct myself. I'm trying to remember these 2 routes. They actually those routes were. They used 2 routes, and I'm trying to remember the names of them. Then they leave me right now. I actually wrote a note in my Bible, and of course I don't have my Bible. You're actually using my daughter's Bible here, but I can't recall the name of it. But he was wrong about that. Okay. And it says, Hosea 1:11, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. All right. Or now remember in Ezekiel 37, upon the awakening of the Israelites, that they would have a sign. This is how you know that we're in the last days, and that was a prophecy fulfilled. All right. Because the 12 tribe sign. No other Christian group or any group of people came forth with a sign and then went on the highways and byways of the world in the chief concourse of places where people do buy, sell, and trade and pass through, and have a sign calling out to a scattered people. No one has done that before the men of one West. All right. Mainly those of the Great Millstone, and I guess the other big three. All right. And then all the little spawn groups that come from that. All right. And that so that truth is being pushed. That was all a part of identifying who the Israelites are. And that, Mr. Malone, Haman. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read this again. Hosea 1 and 10. I'm going to start at the top. And it says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people," because we will call Latinos, Negroes, Hispanics, wetbacks, niggers, spics, Indians, savages. We would call all these other names. There, where it says, "Ye are not my people," it says, "There it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God." And so that living power and the evidence is showing forth that we are exactly who we say we are. And the more they try to fight and deny it, the more evidence is presented that we are. "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel," which is basically the seed of power. All right. And who's that seed? That's letting you know that it's all about seed, about a race according to the flesh. Because you have to remember who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He came out of the tribe of Judah. All right. And the Bible gives you a couple accounts of that. Quite a few in Scripture, actually. And now I'm thinking, let me go to Hebrews 7 and 14. Just to prove that point, now that I spoke on it, that I said it. Yeah, this is Hebrews 7 and 14. And it reads, "For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood." So it's telling you that who the world ignorantly comes out, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, who they fraudulently and falsely call Jesus Christ. That he came out of the loins, out of the sperm, out of the seed of Judah. All right, if he was immaculate, that couldn't be so. And remember, the word immaculate is not even found in the Bible. That's some shit that they made up to control the narrative and to take race out of salvation, which you cannot separate race from salvation. You can't do it no matter how hard you try. All right? Trying to do it, you're just going to be found a liar. It's as simple as that. And to back that up, you simply go to the book of Isaiah. So let's shoot over to Isaiah. All right. I mean, Jeremiah, I need to, oh, here we go. Isaiah. I think it's 11. Yep. Isaiah 11 and 1. And it reads, "And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch that shall grow out of his roots." All right. And so this is the bloodline, the sperm line, according to the flesh, the kinsman of the Lord. Salvation is a fleshly thing. All right. It has everything to do with the kinsman of who the Lord, who people ignorantly call the Lord, not just people who believe to say, if you believe, then you're my brother. That's no, it's talking about his brethren according to the flesh. They leave that part out in Christianity. All right, it says, "And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, and the spirit of wisdom and understanding, and the spirit of counsel and might, and the spirit of knowledge, and of the fear of Yahweh." So the Lord is going to be given, he's going to come down from the right-hand side to take the earth and rulership and dominion over all governments, all mountains and hills. Point blank, period. All right. Jumping up to verse 10, Isaiah 11 and 10. "And in that day There shall be a root out of Jesse that shall stand for an ensign to the people, and it shall, and to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And they don't want to acknowledge the fact that there are two sets of Gentiles. That the Israelites became Gentiles. They became the Israelite foreigners are the Gentiles who are going to seek to it. The ones who are going to turn back, be adopted back, being brought back, which is what adoption means. You can't be adopted back to something you were never a part of. All right. And the other nations were never a part. All right. They weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. I was explaining that to my daughter later. Only we were under the laws. Only we were under the covenant, not the whole world. He said he came, to come for the sinners. Only Israelites could be sinners because only Israelites were under the law. Hence the reason why we down here on earth go through it the way that we do, because the other nations, they're not under the law. So when they eat pork and all this other stuff, and, punishment doesn't fall upon them the same as it does us. But now, the Wadi Yahweh Shai, we live in a time and an age where the curses are now falling upon the heathen. And like I said, you just drive around Colorado Springs, and you will see that, Esau, that protection is falling off of him. There's the same thing happening here that's happening in Chicago, but you can just see it more prevalently out here. All right? Because what do I see? I see a whole bunch of white girls with mostly with Judah, sometimes with the Northern Kingdom as well. All right? And I see that here. And, just barely 20 years ago, Colorado is a heavy KKK place. Colorado Springs was a heavy KKK place in all the surrounding towns. And now these men, all the ones in my age, they're flabbergasted and upset that all these Generation Zers, even some of the what came after the Xers, millennials, among the millennials and the generations now, they're all intermingling and interbreeding, especially so-called white women with Israelite men. And then when you're in the knowledge of understanding, you understand that the children are whatever their father is, regardless of what their mother is. All right. And so that's another reason why, the educated, those in power with understanding, they get angry at that, because they understand and know that there's no such thing as mixed. All right. That's a myth. And it comes down to the fact that Esau is losing and he is being visited. So now that I said that, let me go to Lamentation and get ready to wrap this up. All right, because I'm waiting for my sons to come scoop me. We're going to go over to my son's place, and, I'm going to break bread with them in their camp, they brothers. Lamentation. And 21. All right, and it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked." And that cup is slavery, suffering, and oppression. All right, and they're going to be drunken with it. Right? "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion." So the Wadi Yahweh Shai, we're at the end of our punishment. All right? It's like we've been told that we're getting released soon. Now I wish I had a time and date. Even the Lord himself doesn't know. Only the Father knows, which proves that they're not the same thing. They're on one accord because they're in agreements, but they're two different entities. All right? The Most High is Yahweh. He's the Most High because none or nothing is higher than him. All right? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is below him, but sits at the right hand. And Yahweh Shai is being given the kingdom. He's being given power and authority over all things, but still under his Father. And then he's going to share that with the 144,000, which is going to be his government that's going to set up to rule and judge over the universe and over the other nations. That's what it is. That's what the Bible has been talking about all along. All right. And Edom is going to be punished for hiding that truth and oppressing the very people that I'm speaking of. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, and he will no longer carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. So Esau sins his constant and seems like permanent rape, rob, murder, and colonization and taking of other people's resources, lands, non-stop is coming to an end. Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah Kwadash Kwam Yasarala Shalom.